At most restaurants, having 3 customers suffer heart attacks after eating at the establishment would be a source of great concern and shame, something to be minimized and explained away. But not at one spot, where they actually promote how unhealthy it is, offering free meals to its most obese patrons and even celebrating a death on the premises. It's aptly named the Heart Attack Grill. We sent ABC's Ryan Owens to check out their new digs in none other than Sin City.
In a country where calories are posted like warnings on restaurant menus, where unhealthy school lunches are under fire, and where our First Lady has a vegetable garden, there is an alternative reality. And it looks like this. This monument to greasy gluttony,
almost there,
almost done with this single bypass,
is called the Heart Attack Grill. It's a defiant throwback to a pre-health obsessed America. A kind of hospital-themed Hooters, located where else? Sin City. But as you're about to find out, eater beware. This restaurant can literally be hazardous to your heart. Remarkably, the owner says it's all done in the name of promoting good health.
One among us has to tell the truth, and that's what we're doing here.
The Heart Attack Grill prides itself on pushing limits, along with belt sizes. Diners must wear hospital gowns. People 350 pounds plus eat free. Their flatliner fries, cooked in lard, are unlimited. Thirsty? Try the all butterfat shake. Or maybe a shot of vodka served in a prescription pill bottle. And new to this menu, a burger with 8 patties, almost 20,000 calories. That's the equivalent of nearly 40 Big Macs. Oh, and if you don't finish your meal, you get spanked by a nurse. She's not exactly a real RN, but her spankings are real hard. The restaurant and all of its repulsive excess seems right at home among the tourist traps in downtown Las Vegas. Its owner, perhaps the ultimate Vegas showman,
are you going to finish your burger next time?
Yeah, I'll try.
Is John Basso. As part of his act, he likes to be called Dr. John.
Now breathe in for me.
Dr. John has become something of a superstar in the fast food world. In his trademark over-the-top way, he depicts himself as Jesus Christ at the Last Supper, dining with the industry's other giants.
Now let's send this on out.
He's certainly come a long way since I first met him almost 3 years ago at his first Heart Attack Grill outside Phoenix, Arizona. Back then, the restaurant was under fire after its nearly 600-pound spokesman, Blair Rivers, died of obesity-related issues. He was just 29.
There's an argument to be made that you used this guy during his life, and that now you are very morbidly using his death to continue to promote your restaurant.
I absolutely agree. And in a very sick way, his death has gotten the message out further.
So this man's death has not given you pause at all?
0 pause.
You guys, we are actually rolling now. Actually rolling.
Dr. John's Vegas location is double the size of his old place in Arizona, and his in-house fatality rate, it hasn't slowed a bit.
How many people have actually had heart attacks in the room that we're sitting in?
In the room that we're sitting in, we've had 3 heart attacks.
And how many people have died?
1. Now, I would like to say that the other 2, I did the grandest of favors for, because they now uniquely and in a very real way understand their own genetic shortcomings. Now, the one that I couldn't save was a very dear friend of mine. And I want to tell you something. They'll say it's grotesque. They'll say, how can you keep the man's cremation here? And I'll tell you something. I am setting the bag on the table. And I challenge any other restaurant to set the bag on the table. I'm talking about a bag of truth, about what's not going to happen if you don't listen to me. This will happen. This was a good man with hopes and dreams who couldn't control his eating habits.
Inside this bag are the remains of yet another spokesman, John Ailman. He ate at the restaurant every day.
But people are actually dying. So that's kind of where the gig has to stop. What do you say?
People are dying. People will continue to die. Can they just stop, pause, and reflect upon the food for thought that I'm selling? It's not hamburgers, it's not t-shirts, it's not french fries. I'm selling you food for thought and a good laugh. Let's all have a good time. But let's really digest this. Let's think a bit, or we're going to end up exactly like my friend in the bag.
Until then, Dr. John is the first to admit heart attacks are part of his business model.
When there are lights and sirens outside and they're bringing some person out on a gurney, you're basically in the back room counting money at that point.
Absolutely. Was that heart attack good for business? Did that heart attack pad my wallet with money? Absolutely. Did I enjoy that? Absolutely. I'm a businessman first and foremost. Let's be clear about something. I'm not peddling hamburgers to small children without parental guidance. These are adults purchasing a legal substance from me. I want one and only one thing. I want my message out there loud and clear. I am a believer that when people hear my message, the net health benefit to society is incredibly good.
It's true that before he served up artery-clogging, gut-churning meals, he ran fitness clubs and diet centers. But real nutritionists aren't buying a word out of this fake doctor's mouth.
It sounds to me like he's appealing to very base instincts and certainly playing into people's enormous resentment about being told what to eat. If he's making a living and making money doing this, obviously there are people who really respond to this, and he's marketing to them.
Here's the thing. Our restaurant serves bad-for-you food. Other restaurants serve bad-for-you food. We're honest, they're not. Plain and simple, if everybody collectively got together and told the world all restaurant food is bad for you, then maybe we would save a few lives. Because I don't want to see people dead. Now, if they do die here, I'm not going to lie to you. That's great for business. I'll say it again. Death is great for business at the Heart Attack Grill.
Somehow, in the 3 years since we first met, Dr. John has found a way to be even more exploitive. He recently hired a very short nurse who speeds around in a mini ambulance delivering beers.
Coming to Hag has its perks.
Mike's my hero.
He also found a new spokesman for the restaurant. 460-pound Mike Lee just suffered his first heart attack, but he's still alive and shilling.
How you doing on the program, Mike?
Great.
And while people keep dying, the Heart Attack Grill keeps thriving.
We've both doubled in terms of money, in terms of square footage, but we've exponentially grown when you want to talk about extending the message.
Dr. John hopes to continue to grow and expand his morbid message to an even bigger audience, perhaps in a city near you.
Fine, son. Keep eating.
I'm Ryan Owens for Nightline in Las Vegas.